Hi, Brian Sucker here again from Boomer Fitness, and today I want to talk about ways to build muscle without lifting heavy weights. You see, when you start training over 40, 50, and 60, something starts to play a role into your factor of building muscle, maintaining muscle, and that's called your recovery, and that can take a toll on your joints. So one of the best ways that you can start doing muscle building without putting a ton of stress on your body, without lifting heavy weights, is the first thing you can do is switch up your rep range. And what do I mean by that? So one way that I've seen work really well with my clients and being a trainer for the last 16 years and owning Boomer Fitness Gym here in Vancouver, Washington the last 7 years is switching up the rep range. So how do we go about switching up the rep range? So for depending on the individual and how they're progressing their program, meaning in progressing, getting stronger, or adding an extra rep to their set for that workout prior to the other workout, is one, working with higher volume repetitions. So for a period of 3 to 6 weeks based off the progression, you may work in an 8 to 12 rep range. So you're working higher volume, lower intensity. So that's one way to do that. And then another way then is for another 3 to 6 weeks is bringing the weights up in intensity. So you're technically lifting heavier, but you're changing your rep ranges. And then you're doing more of a 7 to 9 rep range or a 5 to 7 rep range. And what that'll do is that'll increase work on strength for a little bit. So you can just cycle between those two. Higher volume for 3 to 6 weeks with lower intensity, meaning say if you lift 100 pounds, maybe you're doing 60% of that, versus then 3 to 6 weeks, lower repetition, but a higher intensity, closer to that 85% intensity level. So that's the first thing you can do, is change your rep range. The second thing that I like to do, and that works extremely well for my clients over the age of 40, 50, and 60, is increase your volume of work. So how do I do that? And I actually had this experience the other day working with a client here at Boomer Fitness. Is I gave her a workout and she goes, well, that was easy. But what we found is the next day after that workout is that she was sore. And it actually took her 2 to 3 days to recover, and that was a base level of volume. So what I mean by increasing your volume of work then? So for her, what we did is we had 4 exercises of these leg exercises, and we did 3 sets, and we were doing 12 to 15 repetitions, and we were lifting a lot of weights, but our goal is to build muscle. Well, what we'll do the next week, which I addressed with her, is we'll add a 4th set, and the week after that, a 5th set, and a week after that, a 6th set. So what that's gonna slowly do over the course of weeks is, as your body's adapting, is increase your volume of work. And then when you get to that 6th set week, you bring it back down to 3 sets again, and that's gonna help you with your recovery. One of my next favorite ways to build muscle is muscles built with what's called time under tension. This is the time at which it takes you to complete a repetition. So for an example, say you're lowering the weight on a count of 3, you pause for 1, and you go up on a count of 1. That took you 5 seconds to complete that rep. To build muscle, you need to be having your time under tension, 40 to 70 seconds. So what you can do without lifting a lot of weights is pick a weight that you're using that amount of time under tension to complete that repetition. So start incorporating that time under tension. Next one is do isometric exercise. Some isometric exercises that you could do are some wall sits. You could hold yourself in an isometric position. Other thing you can do, instead of doing full-on curls, you can then hold a dumbbell in your arm at a 90-degree bend while you're doing all your repetitions, 15 repetitions on one arm. Then you can switch over 90-degree here, and then you can just start doing 15 repetitions on the other arm. What that's going to do is increase your time under tension through doing isometric work. The other thing you'll want to do is you want to vary your exercises. So a lot of times you see people do the same program, their body starts to adapt to it. So maybe for a period of time, you're doing bench press all the time. Maybe the next week what you're gonna do, instead of doing just bench press, you're gonna switch over and you're going to do an incline dumbbell press. So just by changing that range of motion, your body has to get used to doing a different exercise and a different plane of motion, and you get stress there. So there's one for you there. The next one is changing your exercise order, all right? So maybe instead of, if you're doing biceps all the time first, maybe you start off with doing all your tricep work first, all right? And then the last one is doing supersets. Is as you're getting better at your workouts and your body's adapting, you can put 2 exercises back to back. So say you do a pull-up. You do your pull-up and then you go do some lat pull downs and you do them back to back. So what you're doing is you're extending that set out, you're extending that endurance, you're extending that time under tension, all right? And also what you're doing there is you're saving time in your workout and it's putting less stress on your joints. So do a superset. Another one that works really well is a giant set. You can take 4 exercises and put them back to back to back. That's what we did with this lady that I'm working with to increase muscle mass. Is, you know, we went from a goblet squat to a Bulgarian split squat to a leg curl to side lunges. We put all 4 of those exercises together in one giant circuit to put time under tension, to challenge endurance, and to challenge those muscle groups to build muscle. So what I would say is for you right now, you don't have to do all of these, but kind of take a look at your program that you're doing for yourself and start to say to yourself, okay, which one of these am I really good at? You know what most of us do? Is if we're really good at something, we laser focus on it and we do more of it. What we really need to do is the things that we're not good at, because that's what's going to help you make those changes over time and build the muscle that you need without lifting a lot of heavy weights. These strategies will help you recover. These strategies will help you build muscle. So find one of these in here that you're not currently doing right now. Let me know down in the comment section which one of these would apply best to you. If you would like help creating a customized exercise program for yourself, down in the description box, you can click on the link that will get you a scheduled call with me. This isn't a free consultation. What this is a discovery breakthrough session where we'll be working. If you're excited to work with me, we'll work together. So you guys have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.